Hello everybody, I'm Chef Jeff from Smith's. Okay, today we're going to be making something sweet. Normally I do a lot of savory things during this segment, but we're going to do something sweet. We're going to be making raspberry coconut crumble bar. So basically I guess it's like a blondie that's got raspberry and coconut and white chocolate. It's super good. Okay, let's get right to it. Okay, so whenever I'm making a batter of any sort, I always like to separate my dries from my wets. So I'm going to start with my dry ingredients. This is just all-purpose flour. And then into it is going to go some salt and then baking powder. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and mix that up. Okay, and just use a whisk just to get that mixed in and get it light and airy. That takes the place of a sifter actually. If you don't have a sifter, if you just run a whisk through it, it does the same thing for you. Okay, let's get right to our wets. We're gonna start with our creaming our butter and our sugar together, and that's basically a process of taking your sugar and your butter and just using a mixer, hand mixer, or otherwise, if I can get it to not fall apart on me during the segment, that would be awesome. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mix these and cream them together. Basically, we're just looking for it to just combine and become light and fluffy. Okay, now you know it's done and creamed together when it starts to thicken up and it looks light and fluffy and airy. Okay, so once we do that, we're gonna add a couple other things. We got vanilla, and then in goes an egg. And I'll go ahead and mix these together. It doesn't take very long. Just mix it until they come together, basically. So basically about now. Okay. Now we're gonna add our dries to our wets. We're gonna go half and then half. And what you'll find is this will sort of become crumbly. It's gonna end up being like a sugar cookie dough. So I'm gonna get this mixed together. Okay, that's together now, and then I'm gonna add the second part. And go ahead and give that a mix. You get flour everywhere, it's okay. Okay. So once it gets crumbly like this, like I said, it's gonna be crumbly, and that's okay. It's all gonna come together. But now we're gonna add some things. We're gonna add some coconut, some unsweetened coconut. So this recipe is pretty sweet as it is, so that's why I'm doing unsweetened coconut. If you wanna do sweetened, that's fine as well, but I like to have something that's maybe not so sweet in there. And so next thing I'm gonna do is actually, before I do that, I'm gonna spray my baking dish, and then I'm gonna use my hands to mix this together. And when you get your hands in there, you're gonna notice that it starts to come together and feel like a dough, which it will do. Okay, once that's together, I'm gonna add about 3/4 of this to our baking dish. My oven is preheating. Now remember, 3/4 of this, we're gonna save part of this for later. I'll tell you about that in a minute, but we're gonna go ahead and start pressing this into the bottom of the pan, and it will come together like a dough. And then in the next segment, when we come back, I'll show you how we're gonna put the raspberry in it, and then we'll top it with some other things, get it in the oven, and then we'll finish it. So we'll see you back here in just a few minutes.